Hey everybody, it's John DePietro, and I am at Mann's RV in Rutland. And you know what, folks? Here's the truth. It's 61 degrees outside, but this display was so good I had to use it. And the reason I'm here, and it's before Christmas, and we're going up into this trailer, and we're going to talk with the guys from Mann's because they're in the process of getting ready for, look at what they're getting ready for, folks. Boston RV Camping Expo. And Jeff, welcome to your store.
How we doing?
Well, originally we were going to do this outside, but you know what? The weather is just so crazy out there. We said, let's go inside and make it look like we're outside, so that's what we're doing.
Well, you just don't want to get wet.
No, exactly. I got wet coming in here. But you know, it's that time of year again, although it doesn't seem it. The Boston show is one of your big shows, and you got 8 big units that you're taking down there. Tell us what you're bringing down to Boston.
Well, we've got a beautiful Alpine fifth wheel. You probably saw it on the way in.
I did.
With the nice colors on the outside. We've got an Avalanche fifth wheel, 32 foot. We've got Crusader fifth wheel with bunks. Sport Trek travel trailer with bunks. Sport Trek travel trailer without bunks.
And you bring up bunks. That's
Yes.
a big thing now, huh? They're a big selling point because
Well,
people
you know,
know.
there's a lot of customers who have families and they
Yep.
want a place for their kids to live,
Yep.
or they go with a group of people and they want them to live, be able to come along with them. So they need this extra sleeping space. There are people who listen. I want to go alone. I don't want to go with the kids.
Yeah.
I don't want to go with anybody else. I want to go with me, my significant other, and we do bring a lot of couple coaches as well.
We define a couple coach.
Couple coaches is a coach that is built for 2 people, primarily. You can have the occasional visitor. It's got 1 bed, a sofa, a dinette, not necessarily sleeping areas, but for that one couple.
Now, Jeff, the trend for the last year or so has been people are buying coaches, travel trailers, all different kinds, but they're not necessarily going to campgrounds with them. They're going out into the wilderness. Have you found that to be the same with the customers that you're dealing with?
I have customers that do a little of everything. I've got customers going to campgrounds. I've got customers buying the same unit that somebody says, well, I'll never tow that. I want to park it here. And then you've got customers taking that same unit and they're bringing it out to, to California.
Yep.
Pennsylvania, New York. They're traveling all over the place. And it blows my mind. Some of the stuff that people tow around. And I tow a lot, but I still don't like to tow.
Right. Now, you said people are going everywhere in their trailer.
Yes.
But the other thing is people are coming from everywhere to go to Mann's to get their trailer, huh? You don't just serve Holden, Princeton, Paxton, Rutland, and Sterling, right?
Let's see. Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. We have seen customers from all of those states this year.
Why?
Centrally located. When you're in the dead center of Massachusetts.
That's right. Rutland is the geographic center.
It is the geographic center of Massachusetts. When you are an hour away from several metropolitan areas, including Boston, Providence, Hartford, Springfield, people tend to, gravitate here because it's convenient.
Well, plus, this is not your first year in business. You've been around the block a few times. Tell us about the history of the store.
Well, not me personally, but the store has been here for since 1964. Trying to do the math, and
it's
that's
over,
a lot
54
of
years.
54 years.
Yeah.
The original owner started it back in the 60s. My father, he started it in he came in, started working here in the 70s, took over in the 80s. My brother and I, we took over last year.
And that's important that it's still a family-run business.
It is a family-run business. We try to look after the little guy. We try to have upfront pricing. We don't hide things in our pricing. You buy a camper from us, we negotiate a price. We have a small documentation fee, and that's it. There's no extra hidden fees.
You're not charging people to do a walk around.
It's already included.
Right. You're not charging them
To prep the unit, it's already
Yep.
included.
Okay.
We're
So they're not thinking that they're getting a certain price, and then once the paperwork is done, that price is a little bit different or a lot different.
That is correct. We have customers come in here and say, "Well, I was at this place and they told me they were they're $2,000 less," and I laugh and I says, "Well, when you have a real price from them, you come back and we can negotiate."
Yep.
And I go back to one trailer. Gentleman did the same thing. He came back a week later, and he's like, "Mike, thank you for doing business with us." I said, "I gotta ask," and he goes, "Well, they were $1,000 more, with $1,000 less options."
Wow.
And
That's
they
a
started
$2,000
at,
swing.
And they started at $2,000 less than my advertised price. And I says, you get a real price, we can, have a conversation. But until then, take a look at the trail. Let's talk. Go from there.
Great. So we're going to see you guys.
Yes.
At the Boston RV and Camping Expo coming up. Geez, it's less than a month.
Yes.
And it's easy to get to. And you guys are always there. So we'll see you in Boston.
We'll see you in Boston.
Have a great day, everybody.
Take care.